everybody, so my voice is not going to be matching my webcam today because I lost the audio to my voice, and I apologize for that. But I thought instead of losing all the footage that I was doing, I would just record over so we didn't lose everything. So off screen, I basically sold everything and upgraded everybody the best I could, and the one thing I did do was get these gloves for Fiona that helped with archery, and the repeater gloves, and they give rapid aim and 1 armor penetration. I figured, hey, that was actually a pretty good idea. And so, well, I flipped over my webcam because I completely forget every single time that you can't see the top corner, so I had to go back over to the other right side. That's pretty much what I did. I thought it was a pretty good idea. I don't know what rapid aim does, to be honest, and I'm hoping it'll help just because she's an archer. And then I realized that we had a couple of side quests, and while doing these side quests, I decided, hey, let's get these out of the way.
Have you been to the deep roads already?
Have some fun, I guess. Fun, probably not the best comment.
What is
but
it?
Here's Filda.
Is he dead? Oh, please don't torment me.
What do you mean, out of his misery? You killed my boy, you monster! Why? What could it have hurt to bring him to me, or let me go to him? Ancestors, curse your path. Don't ever talk to me again.
I didn't want to lie to her. I didn't want to lie, but she was very, very
Get away from me.
upset with
Help!
me for
Guards! Murderer!
killing her, even though it was all Zevran's fault. And this is not fair. I felt very, very bad about it, but Zevran put me into an awkward position. Honestly, I didn't completely disagree with Zevran, and I said that in a couple of videos before, but I still at the same time did not want to... I wanted to see if there was a cure or something, but Zevran's like, no, you can't do this. And so that's why we changed our party to win Alistair and Oghren. Alistair because later there's a cutscene, Oghren because he missed Bronca, and then Win because healer. And so I was angry at Zevran. I was like, you know what, you don't need to be in the party right now. And because I wasn't a rogue myself, even if it was an archer, I figured, hey, why not? Worst comes to worst as we come back and change our party again.
Strip Orzammar's defenses. Say insider. The Warden is joined with Phelan. We can't allow it.
I wasn't expecting this battle at all, and that was pretty bad because, like, I had no idea that there was more Harrowmont fanatics, and so I was just like, oh, great, wonderful, I'm gonna die because I'm not prepared. In the end, though, we were right, or, well, I was wrong. We were prepared, and so I went on and was like, yay, stuff to do, and stuff to collect, which, honestly, all you ever get is money, and for some reason in this game, I always like getting items a little bit more than money, even though money does help you with those really cool armor pieces like those gloves that I got, but when it comes down to it, there's nothing like getting a loot item that won't help you and you can sell. It's kind of like, you know, you're looting the bodies and you're just like, yes, give me. And here we go to talk to, I don't remember her name, Orta, and give her her information.
I started to worry. I didn't know if you were ever coming back. Did you find any records? Any sign of the old Ortan Taig? You found them? Let me see.
We gave the records to her, and now she's not a castless anymore.
That's my great-grandmother's name. And her husband! Oh, great ancestors, it's them! It's me! I am an Ortan. Oh, thank you. I have to take these to the assembly right away. Find me there. Once these are acknowledged, I'll give you any reward.
And so then we were on our way to go to Orta. And this is when I realized that I have a lot more quests than I thought. So if I remember right, that's when I decided I was going to get all the little mini quests right here in Orzammar out of the way. And I think if I remember right, I was going to go to Orta first, finish that, then go to the assembly because I honestly had no clue what the heck the assembly was. But I got lost. because, you know, it's Orzammar, and that's how I roll. I get lost all the time in video games, and it's always a fun time.
News of the hour. Lord Balin, endorsed by the Grey Warden.
And now I was going to the assembly, because I didn't realize, but you were actually supposed to go to the assembly first before you either went to Balin or Harrowmont, and then they tell you, oh no, sorry, I'm not going to actually talk to you. Go get help.
My name's Orta. After the old Orton house. They gave our seat back. And the records show which houses still owe House Orton money. One day, I will be able to properly thank you for all you've done for me.
I did tell her to please support Balin, so...
I will. And I don't know what treasure is left, but whatever I get, you can have as much as you want. I'll have to find someone willing to look. Maybe a whole expedition. If the Tig is still there, it must have something. House Orton will not forget this kindness. Didn't that sound official?
And there is the option that you can actually go back if you ever return to Orzammar to get another reward. But I will probably not remember that in the future. I might when we do Dagna's quest, but hey, let me know down in the comments to do that when I get close, and then we'll try. Yeah, see, this is where I was getting very confused. I didn't realize you needed to go to the assembly to talk to them before Balin and Harrowmont. That was an option. And literally, they just tell you, no, we're not going to help you. But I was still actually very confused about the fact that, like, I completely ignored this just because of the fact that I remembered Harrowmont and Balin were, you know, you chose one or the other and you met them. But there's a whole assembly that doesn't, you know, listen to you. I also realized that I never finished the Thief in the House of Learning, and that we needed to go to the Proving Grounds in order to fight. Or to get the scholarly item back. And so I was thinking to myself the fact that, like, Fiona is a castless, and as a castless, she probably would never have actually done this because the scholars in Orzammar don't recognize castless as people, so they are exempted from being in the history books of, you know, Orzammar. Boy, were none of them happy.
The assembly is in session. Enter quietly if you wish to observe.
Your mind has gone to dust if you think we would pass such a writ. Half our houses would go broke without the surface trade.
The proposal is only effective until we have a king to ensure we are respected by the surfacers.
Leaving you conveniently positioned to take over all contracts. I'll see your head on a pike first.
Deshers, lords and ladies of the assembly. I've already doubled the guard to prevent violence. Must I summon more?
Steward Bandalore, Balin's sympathizers are tying our hands with trivialities. They may as well open us to the sky.
I suggest we put the matter to a vote.
And I suggest you have a taste of my family's mace.
Enough! The assembly is in recess until the members can regain control of their emotions.
And here I pretty much just talk to the guy, and literally it's everything that Harrowmont says to us, Balin says to us, and he literally is just like, hey, no, we need this settled before we can give you any support on top. We don't really care. Our political issues are more important.
Stone-forsaken fools and dust. Oh, Stone, you must be the Grey Warden. I completely forgot about the Gate God's message. Welcome back to Orzammar, Warden. A great deal has changed in recent days. Respect for your role is great, but you won't receive a proper hearing until we have a king on the throne. Troubling, but it will still seem distant compared to the empty throne. The assembly is blind to all else. I must admit, Warden, I am at a loss myself. It lies with Prince Balin.
And that's why I skipped
only
over
wish
it
there
really
was
quick
more
because
I could
it's the
do for
exact
you.
same thing Balin said to us. And so we left. And then we tried to figure out where we were supposed to go.
Ow!
What? Stop fussing with it. You'll make it worse.
It itches,
Yes, it's healing. Don't touch it.
but it's distracting. Can I rub it through the bandage? That's not really scratching.
Alistair, if you open that wound up, I'm not going to heal it again. You can just treat it yourself. And if it festers, weeping bloody pus, and burns like the flames of
Ew.
Andraste's pyre, don't come to me. All I'm going to say is, Alistair, didn't I tell you not to touch it?
It won't really fester, will it?
Why don't you try scratching and see?
I guess it doesn't itch so much now.
Sometimes Alistair reminds me of like a 7-year-old boy who's just, you know, wants to be free and do what he wants. But then Grandma Wynn comes and is like, no, 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 you're not allowed. Oh, and then there's more Harrowmont fanatics, but I wanted the Nug first. And if I remember right,
Silent
me being a
stooges.
dork, I thought,
Deciding
yeah,
Pretender will ruin
I'm
us.
totally
For Harrowmont.
prepared for this fight, but no, no, I was not prepared. And I died harshly. Because that's how I roll. If you've noticed in other videos of this, I tend to die a lot, because hard mode is hard. But so worth it, and so much fun.
Very well. Let's make this quick! Right then. As you wish.
But yeah, I already have 2 people dead here. Win, and when Win's down, you know everybody's going down because you have no healer anymore, and so you're dead. And then there's only Alistair left, and 4 against 1 just does not work.
Down you
So
go.
death to Alistair comes.
On it.
Goodbye, Alistair. Have fun in ouchie land. So then I decided I would summon my bear and try again, and that take actually did a lot better because I was actually thinking about what I was doing instead of just blindly going into a fight.
Got it.
And then I had her heal people, and unfortunately, Oghren died. And the problem with that is then I realized Oghren really doesn't have that high of a constitution, so he actually might be a liability, but I kind of really do want him for the dialogue. So he might not be there for the big boss battle, but he will be there for anything I can get. And here comes the scary sound. Every single time. I don't know what that sound is. I can never figure it out. If you know what that sound is, please let me know, because I have no flicking clue. And here they come.
We're in for some fun.
I think I actually won this on the first try. I just wanted to get, you know, the yellow name tag out of the way, and then I wanted to make sure that I fought all the white ones separately, because if there's way too many white named enemies, then they can all pile on you and then you'll die. But when you have somebody that's like harder than white and there aren't that many whites around, then I usually try to get them all to go to yellow. Yeah, see, there's only one left, so we got it. We got this. We're fine. Yeah, volume of Shaper history. Literally, it was funny because right when I fought them, I was like, what's this? And then realized, oh, it's just that. I thought it was something super special that I was looking at, and I was like, oh, this is just the quest item. This isn't anything I can use. On the way to this, Oghren gets his flirt on.
Sure. Why not?
Pardon?
Oh, I'd give you a roll. Why not?
A roll?
Aye, anytime. Preferably in the dark.
I suppose I should be flattered.
I'm not sure I have the equipment for that, but sure, whatever gets you working.
And those facial expressions, I mean, come on. I was just so surprised because I didn't remember this dialogue, so I was like, wait, this is a thing? Because honestly, I know Wynn was a bit, you know, rebellious in her day when she was younger, and so I was like, huh, that's a thing. And then Oghren apparently goes for anything that moves. But I did remember hearing, like, oh, preferably if you have a bag over your head or with the lights out, which is pretty much the same exact thing with, like, you know, covering yourself so I don't have to see anything. And I was like, you jerk. So here we are, lost again, and we turn around and then go back to the Diamond Quarters in order to give the Shaperit his little item. But first I give the Nug to the Nug Wrangler.
You're the best wrangler I've ever seen. But there's more out there.
He keeps saying there's more out there, but honestly I can't find any more. So I'll probably end up going to, before I leave, go to, is it Lowtown? No, it's not Lowtown, that's Kirkwall. It's the slums area. In order to, you know, see where the Nugs are. Or if there's any other ones that I'm
News
missing.
of the hour.
You found it. Warden, you have my gratitude. You're a bright spot in an otherwise dark time.
And now that we got all those side quests done that I can remember, we were finally going back to the Deep Roads to bring Alistair for one of the coolest cutscenes in the game, personally, to me. And this was when I realized that that cutscene doesn't have any talking, so I didn't need to bring Alistair for it at all, and so I was using him for no reason. And here it comes. Ah, look at all those evil darkspawn. So many, too. Just all those little red dots. Whoosh! Even the facial expressions. Purple fire is actually really cool, though. Played Dragon Age Origins. This was probably one of my favorite cutscenes, seeing the physical archdemon for the first time. I mean, I know you technically see him like roaring and yelling at you in a nightmare and then the shrieks come and get you, but there was nothing like seeing all those little dots down there, seeing what you had to fight and being like expressioned and freaked out, and then suddenly the dragon comes.
No end to these blasted things! Can I get you?
And then here's one of my favorite part about the dwarves, the Legion of the Dead. So we were helping them out.
Got it. Now's better than later.
And then as we fought, there was more of them, and so I just realized that I had to head forward a lot more and wait and kill everything and be worried that I was gonna die. Like always, I always have this like little nervous tick when I'm playing, thinking, oh, I'm gonna mess this up because I'm not on normal mode. And then there I go, Wynn stuns, and then I stun right after.
Can I get you a ladder so you can get off my back?
And there I go, summoning my beautiful bear. Because I thought, hey, that would help. And honestly, I was actually really surprised how well I was doing, because there was a bunch of, like, just enemies coming at you with white name tags instead of the yellow. And I was just expecting a yellow to appear, and I was just waiting until that moment that it got a little bit harder, and there it goes. The alpha started coming, and I was just like, oh, hey, there's a big little bit of an attack there. And I was very worried that I was going to die just because there was an alpha, and then there was more little white name tags coming.
Now's better than later.
And so I switched to Wynn, asked her to heal one of them. I didn't know if it was Oghren or Zev. No, Alistair that I asked her to heal.
Can I get you a ladder so you can get off my back?
All right, all right.
And then we collected everything.
They hold us here. When the throne is settled, we'll beat them to their vile birthing grounds.
And now we get to talk to one of my favorite people.
Atrasvala, Grey Warden. I've never seen one of your kind in the deep roads. The brand on your face means nothing to the Legion of the Dead.
And that's why I like them.
Our oath ignores caste, family, history. It lets us act without distraction, despite what we might have thought of you in life. What do you want here,
I mean, it's a little
Warden?
bit like the Wardens in the sense that they don't care about your background.
Who put this dull idea in your head? We got other things to worry about in Orzammar. Ah, now I see. The Deep Lords in the Assembly can't make up their minds, so the Pretenders need added influence. I get that right? Warden, you've got your work cut out for you. Paragon Branca is dead, everyone with sense knows it. Past our line, the Darkspawn kill everything.
And so then move your line, why hold back?
I'd gladly lead an assault through dead trenches, but without an ass in the throne, we have no orders. I won't take fool's gold from a pretender. You want to go digging blind? You go right ahead.
Truth was, I was trying to be as polite to him as possible.
Wondering what your life would be like if you'd stayed in Orzammar? Few others of our kind would have you. We accept anyone, and are revered in advance as heroes who have and will die in glorious battle. Even murderers.
That's because I respect what they do. And then I had this like dilemma of, it's no life I'd want, or I'm no murderer.
Is your Warden oath any better? You're guaranteed to fall to the Darkspawn. At least we must be revered. I hear the Grey Wardens have lost their standing. That's why you're chasing an empty throne.
And when it comes
like dusters, I've heard of respect. Never
get
seen
back
it.
to you in a second.
And if it exists, it wasn't meant for me. But if you're looking for paragons, you may as well look for the Anvil and Endless Lyrium. Why? The other kingdoms only care when the Darkspawn march in the light. But they are always here, always pushing. You lived here, you know. Blights take so long because we keep Darkspawn in check. A surge on the surface would reduce the pressure on us. When the time comes, I'll care for a good dwarven reason. Sod the rest. Good luck, Grey Warden.
When it came down to it, I had this dilemma of, I don't think Fiona would act that way because of the fact that she would honestly probably join the Legion of the Dead if that was an option for her. So I didn't want to be like, oh, you're not a murderer, because she was one. She just did what she had to do, and that's still being a murderer. But it's still, I guess, it's not a life I'd want. I would rather say that than not be honest about who she was as a person. Anyways, that's all the time we have for this video. And I am sorry again for the weird way that I recorded it, and I really hope everybody has a wonderful day. Please consider liking, commenting, and subscribing. Bye!